Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Sharifah Azni binti Zaid Ali from Polytechnic Port Dickson. Today I will presenting the title of an analysis of sleep incident for anger and muscle fatigue during walking activities. This is the content of presentation. For the introduction, slip and falls are serious injuries linked to fatal incident and will affecting to the human life. Normally, workers in the hotel and restaurant are oftenly reported to have a symptom that requires ongoing treatment due to exposed static and dynamic posture. Figure 1 shows that the total of 8,955 accidents at Malaysia Accommodation and Food Services reported to SOCSO from 2013 until 2017. This statistic represents that the environmental of accommodation and food services potentially to produce higher hazard to the workers. This statistic, supported by the previous researcher finding, highlight that the restaurant is the third largest ranking in occupational injuries due to environmental that contribute mostly to slip and falls. At commercial kitchen, standing and working are mostly working posture during performance tasks. So when we are working with the prolonged standing and working, it will contribute pain at the knee, lower leg and ankle, and finally lead to fatigue. Figure 2 shows that the three main parts of the lower leg muscle, which are quad, hamstring, and calf. The calf body part was identified to play a role in standing, walking, and balancing. The muscle of soleus, tibialis, and peroneus were the main muscle for ankle during walking activity. The aim of the study is to analyze the ankle angle and the muscle fatigue during different speed of working that influence in the sleep incident. For the research methodology, this study involving a physically active participant which age from 20 years old to 57 years old, which is category by three different BMI, which are normal, overweight, and obesity. So the participant have to working with four different types of working speed: 84, 100, 116, and 132 steps per minute. So participant have to working on the vinyl floor, which is contaminated with the water and oil. So during walking activity, the muscle fatigue will be recorded by the electromyographic EMG, and the ankle angle will be recorded by using the Vicon motion. Figure 3 shows the position of the marker for ankle angle and the muscle fatigue. For the result and the discussion, the sleep experience when using oil as contaminant, 53% among of the male aged below than 30 years old, which are 44% of sleep among of the obesity participant, and 56 sleep occurring among of the overweight participant. The sleep occurring when the participant walking, 11% for 84 speed per minute, 22% when the participant working on 100 and 116 steps per minute, and 45% when the participant working at 132 steps per minute. For the ankle angle, the lower ankle angle produced was 88 degree, and the higher ankle angle produced was 101.5 degree. For the muscle fatigue, the muscle of soleus produced the higher muscle fatigue compared to the other muscle. The sleep occurrence amongst of male participant aged above than 30 years old, 47% when using oil as contaminant, especially 25% among of overweight participant, and 75% among of obesity participant. The sleep occurring when the participant working 50% at 84 steps per minute and 132 steps per minute. And the produce of ankle angle, the lower ankle angle 93 degrees, and the highest ankle angle is 106.8 degree. The muscle of tibialis produce the higher muscle compared to other during sleep during the sleep occurring. So for the female participant, the sleep occurring when use oil as contaminant, which is 47% among of participant female aged below than 30 years old. So this percentage, 14% sleep experience among of overweight participant, and 86 sleep occurring among of obesity participant. The sleep occurring when the participant walking on 100 and 116 steps per minute, which are 25%, followed by the 29% sleep occurring when the participant walking 84 and 132 steps per minute. For the ankle angle, the lower ankle angle produce 92.7 degree, and the higher ankle angle produce 108 degree. And the muscle tibialis and soleus produce the higher muscle during sleep occurring. For the female participant aged above than 30 years old, 53% sleep experience when using oil as contaminant. This sleep frequently among 25% among of the overweight participant, and 75% among of obesity participant. The ankle angle produce 115.4 for the lower ankle angle, and the highest ankle angle produce 130.2 degree. And the muscle of soleus produce the higher muscle fatigue compared to other muscle fatigue. So for the discussion, I classify into 5 factors, which are the sleep occur in every walking speed, especially walking on the oily surface. It will supported by the previous researcher highlight that when the workers walking on the oily floor surface, especially vinyl, it will result in a low coefficient of friction. For BMI, the workers with overweight and obese the worker with overweight and obese BMI reported face a higher risk at workplace, especially related to the slip and fall incident. For the ankle angle, in this study, the male and female produce anchor angle from 88 until 230 degree. It's similar to Hisham finding that produce 80 to 120 in terms of different phase of working, in different phase of working, especially for the normal and healthy subject. So for the muscle fatigue of soleus and tibialis produce the higher muscle fatigue during sleep occurrence. So for the conclusion, walking speed, BMI, anchor angle, and muscle fatigues uh, are significant with the sleep incident. However, the age group were the age group is no significant with the sleep incident, but the age group is affected to the health condition, especially among the elder participant or workers, due to the recovery treatment process. This is the reference during these studies. So that's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.